since I have actually done a floss tube. So if you're watching this, thank you. And if you've ever watched any of my other ones, doubly thank you. Hopefully I will be able to get myself on track and do more of these more frequently. Life has just been crazy over the last year. So we are now homeschooling my oldest from the beginning of the year this year. And the youngest is doing his thing, and he goes to a mom's morning out 3 days a week, which works out because then I have time to do one-on-one with the other one. But it doesn't leave a lot of time for videoing because my children believe that any sort of video requires their faces and as loud as they can possibly be. So currently my husband is taking them to the park, and that's why if this wobbles, I'm sorry. I have jerry-rigged my phone holder on the bed because it's the only spot I have right now where I can record at the moment. I just finished doing my first virtual needlework market, for any sort of needlework market, in August, and it actually went way better than I ever expected it to. So I am so happy that that is the case, and I'm hoping that it means that good things for the future. So if you purchased a pattern from your local shop, or you're one of the needlework shop owners that bought from me, thank you. You are amazing. And if you didn't, that's fine too. You know, if there's something that you see that you really wish you could have gotten, contact your local needlework shop, and you know, they can get in touch with me and we'll go from there. I only sell physical patterns through needlework shops. I am working to get all of my patterns digitally up in my Etsy shop. Someday I'll try and do something other than Etsy, but right now that's already in place, so it's just the easiest way to do things. But for this video, I'm not doing a finish parade, mostly because they're over there, and if I get up, this camera's gonna fall down. So I'll do the finish parade as another one, because I have a bunch of finishes. I was stitching like mad to finish as many models as I could before the virtual needlework market, and I am stitching like mad because I had a whole bunch of patterns that I didn't post because I didn't have models made yet. It's just me. So anyway, I'm gonna do my a WIP parade because there's a lot of WIPs, not all of which are mine, some of which are let's just go with they've been around a while. There's one big one on my frame, and I will do a picture of that maybe. Actually, I won't, because it's a gift for a friend, and she sometimes will watch things like this, and I don't want her to see it yet. So when that one is finished and sent, I will show you. But it's a massive black work piece. Not my pattern. It was the perfect pattern for that person, for my best friend. So, all right, let's get started with this. So first thing, still have to finish my black work Celtic cross pattern. There's nothing wrong with this. You ever get a piece that it's like, there's nothing really wrong with it. It just, I do like 2 days, I'll stitch on it like for half an hour or so. And then, I don't know, I just kind of am like, meh, don't want to work on that anymore. I'm going to go find something else. And then it languishes in a pile or the drawer or wherever else it's been shoved. This one I started last year and didn't finish. Also for my best friend. For, I was going to send it to her for Christmas / Hanukkah, whichever. It is Ink Circles Dreidel. And I am doing it with a variegated DMC floss, which I don't remember the name of, or the number for that matter. I don't have one. This is the pattern. I don't have the floss packaging in there with the floss, because that would be far too easy. But this one is actually, it goes pretty quick. It's just a matter of sitting down and finishing, you know. So I've got that one. I also, I don't know if you guys need it. I love the fabric project bags, but I'm just too cheap. And they're too expensive for me right now. But I bought these. They sell this size and then this ginormous size in a 2-pack for $3 at Target right now. So I bought a whole bunch of those. And then there's a smaller size too, which I don't have anything. Well, I have a few things, but not much. I also found a multi-size set from Amazon that was like $15 for, I don't know, 30 maybe. They're not quite as nice as the Target ones, and they don't come in as big a, they're not as big as this one. So, I don't know. They were cheaper, and I needed a whole bunch at once for this and homeschool stuff, so I just did both. I also, this is the never-ending saga. I still haven't done very much on the Deadly Aquarium Sal. I keep saying I'm going to finish it. Part of the problem is I made some counting errors when making the frame, and to be frank with you, I just don't want to rip all this out, so I'm trying to fudge it, and I can't decide if it's where I shouldn't fudge it and I should just start over, or if I can get by with it. So I do a little bit and then I wander away from it. Again, I just whacked my phone thing, sorry. I also have my Tudor garden model. To be honest with you, I actually couldn't remember where I put this for a little while. So, you know, that wasn't very helpful. But now that I have found it again, I can finish it. And I like this one. I just, like I said, I misplaced it. Not the best choice. I'm still not convinced that I made the correct color choice for floss for this one. I kind of wish I'd done darker now that I've gotten there, but I am so far into it that I'm going to finish it like this. And it's going to hit that thing every time. This one, I don't even know if I have enough to even count it. This is one of my new patterns called Days Like This. It's a combination black work and cross stitch, and I have obviously not done much on it yet, but I have got it all sorted out, and I will get that done. I think it'll go pretty quick once it's started. This one, I'm going to show you this one anyway, because I just really like this one. I did this one. This is called Sweater Weather. It's a little wrinkly right now. And it is stitched with a little bit of DMC right along the edges. But the majority of it is stitched with the new Pirate Robin floss she did for the needlework market. This one is the Hearth floss. Love this floss. I have the Harvest floss as well, and I am going to do something with that. I just haven't decided what yet. But anyway, that one's a finish. I just have to decide how I'm going to display it. I haven't decided if I want to frame it. Here, I'm going to show you. This is the Harvest Gold, sorry. But this is the other new colorway. It's kind of hard to, I don't know if my phone may not focus on it well, but I really think it's really pretty. The colors look so much better in person than they do on the camera. So we have that one, and this is for a new pattern that I haven't even started yet, but all the pieces are there because I found fabric that I'll ask YouTube. The background for this one needs to be like old map. So I found this. It's a Beautiful Beige by Witchelt. I don't know. Does this work? You think that's too dark to be the background of a map, or talking like old-fashioned map? Anyway, so I haven't got any stitching started on that one. I really want to, but I'm not quite done with the pattern, and I refuse to start. I have one piece of it that I'm still sitting around and going, do I like that color or not? And then this one, this is a this is a stamped cross stitch pattern that I'm making for my sister-in-law. I've only been working on this for like 2 years. I think it was supposed to be her birthday present, June of 2 years ago. She might get it for Christmas this year, sewn onto the front of a tote. But I do a lot of these like at night because They're mindless. I don't have to look at a pattern. I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. It's stamped, so I just have to match the color to the piece of thread, and you know, it's good for relaxing at night. This one was a, I thought that it came on black fabric, not that I had to sew every stitch black in the background. So note to self, if you're buying a stamped pattern and it looks like it's black in the background, make sure that it's actually on black fabric and not where you have to make the background black. I'd be done already if we hadn't done that, but that was my own fault. So let's see. I'm sorry, I'm chugged up a little bit. I have this one. Again, I started it last year. This is my Scandi Snow pattern, which I will finish. I actually designed it to be in red thread on white fabric, but I had this piece of red and I decided I liked it. So I was like, you know what? Put it on there. And I also have, you can tell I'm gearing up for Christmas. This is my new Blackwork snowflake Christmas ornament. And I have to say, I hate metallic threads. At least they look pretty, but working with them is a pain in the ass. This one, I thought in my brilliance, it's the 14 count. And I thought, oh, I'll just put one piece of silver metallic thread, like one strand, with one strand of white, because I didn't want it straight white and I didn't want it straight silver because I didn't think it looked that good. And it does look cool because it looks kind of sparkly, like it's made out of ice. It's just not any better to work with one strand with another strand of regular cotton than it is to work with just plain old metallics. So I'm glad it isn't bigger than this, because I would just be very, very annoyed. But I think it'll be pretty when it's done. Let me see. I have, oh, this is my weakness, okay? It started as a, oh, mom would like that for Christmas. It became, okay, I'm not a huge perforated paper fan, but these are really cute ornaments. So they are all, it started off as just the heirloom Santas from Wilmauer Crafts. And it turned into, I discovered who designed them. It's Sandra Cozzolino. So now I have gone through and discovered there's a Facebook group that has a whole list of all the different Santas that she has done. So I have gone through and been looking for all of the Santas. And the idea being that someday I'm going to stitch them all and I'm going to put like all of them on one tree. Now where I'm going to put an extra Christmas tree, your guess is as good as mine, because my house ain't that big. But, you know, it's a nice thought. It could happen someday. But so far, like every year I get on eBay and I have like constant alerts set up. So I found that apparently Wilmauer is not the only place she did it from, and they're different ones. But like now I have the Greenskeeper Santa to make, and Saint Nick, and Beekeeper Santa. I love him. And wait a minute, did I get two? Oh no, that was Greenskeeper. I like Gamekeeper Santa too. I already did one last year. That was what started this whole disaster of a, you know, thing. Because now it's like a problem. Like for real, for real. And I am not like dedicated enough that I'm like, oh, I must have all of them, even if I don't like it. If I don't like it, I'm not getting it. Like there's these terrestrial Santa, lunar Santa, solar, I don't care. Like they aren't, I don't like them that much. And I really, this one, it's the Americana Santas. The only one I really like, I like the patchwork coat on the, like, the America Santa. And I like this guy because he looks like a pioneer, and, you know, they're fun. I don't really care so much like the flaggish stuff. I may just change it and make it all red. I really just liked his patchwork coat. Let's see, I got Père Noël. The one I have in the magnetic frame, I don't actually know. Oh, he's Sinterklaas. And then I have Von Claus. musical Santa. Uh-oh, somebody is leaking sequins. I got everything on eBay, so some of them were like unopened, a lot of them were open. It's fine. This guy is the one I finished last year and gave to my mom, and I'm gonna locate some perforated paper and make one for myself that's St. Nicholas. We have Kris Kringle. He looks more like an elf to me, but he's cute. We got Father Christmas and Nordic Santa. I really like him. There's an Arctic Santa too that's got a polar bear with him. He's really cute. I don't have him, obviously. And then this is Black Forest Santa. There's 3 of them. I can't remember all of their names, but there's... So these are all in my WIP thing. The only reason I haven't started multiple Santas is because I only have one of the magnetic perforated paper frames. And I have to say, after having bought the perforated paper frame, like, the paper is okay to work on. I'm not, like, anti-perforated paper. It's just not my favorite because it doesn't have a lot of wiggle, I guess. It's stiff. But I do like this frame. The magnetic frame holds way better than I thought it would. And it is it's very helpful because, like, my hands kept cramping when I was, like, holding the piece of paper in between my fingers. So if you do perforated paper, I do recommend, I have dropped star-shaped sequins all over the place. I do recommend these. I got it on Etsy. I do not remember who I got it off of at Etsy, but I got it off of Etsy. So, and then I have this. I have not started this because this is one of those, like, I liked it. It actually, I didn't even know they made 14 count plastic canvas. Apparently they do, or did. But I got this off of eBay too because I really like the Christmas villages, but I have 2 boys that are 6 and 3. So you can imagine that my ceramic village, which I only have like 4 houses, we're not putting that out until they're maybe, like, I don't know, 30, because then it might survive my children, you know. But I thought maybe these I could do. So, eventually, I'm not in any rush. Like, I'm more concerned about the Santas before the village, you know. So, that's my WIP parade for now. There's a couple of things. I have a whole bunch of finishes. I will film the finish parade another day this week, hopefully. And maybe that'll be next week's video. And I'm really excited. My other work, the big work WIP, that's the black work WIP for my friend, it looks fabulous. I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. And I'm kind of bummed that I can't show you, but while she doesn't normally watch my YouTube videos, it would be the one time she would watch it is, you know, would be the time that it's the thing that I don't want her to see. So we're not going to do that. But I am currently in the process of doing I have, like, I don't know. I was trying to do, like, as a personal goal, to design 12 more Christmas ornaments, you know, like 12 days of Christmas. So I'm about halfway through what I wanted to design. So if you are signed up for my newsletter, I'm also doing a fall freebie, fall/Halloween. I'm hoping I'll send that out sometime like next weekend. But I'm trying to, you know, finish up my ornaments, and I stitch the ornaments and then I give them to people because, you know, like, I could keep them all, but it's more fun to give them away to people. My family, excuse me. My family, like, we usually give each other ornaments every year anyway. So it's one of those, like, if I make this, I just decide who gets which ornament. Some of them are black work, some of them are just cross stitch. So there's one with a cabin, there's multiple snowflakes. Well, at least 2. There's a star, there's a tree, there's like a patchwork star thing. Anyway, my hope is to get the designs finished so I can stitch them, so that I can take pictures of them and post everything, and send out my newsletters to all the peoples, all the places. But yeah, so things are going, and I'm trying to find some time for stitching that is not in the middle of the night when everyone's in bed, finally, because my children apparently don't believe in sleep and they get up at the butt crack of dawn. They did not get that from mom. Let's just go with that. So my oldest son, who is 6, he keeps trying to help me with my sewing. Like, I will come in, and if he's been in my room, sometimes I'll come in and find like random stitches across my canvas or across my my fabric. Like the other day I came in and the black work there were all these stitches across the whole thing. So I have designed the Mario, I made a cross stitch pattern of the Mario mushroom, the 1-up mushroom, and I had some 11 count fabric I had bought specifically because I thought maybe someday he would try it, since he seemed interested. So we're gonna see if he wants to try and do that. He has severe ADHD, so maybe, you know, if he's doing something with his hands, he's more likely to focus on it. So I was like, well, that might be a good thing to try. He doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. Not a big deal. You know, it's Mario themed, so I figured that might be something fun. Because he always keeps, I mean, he'll come over and be like, I want to help. Okay, I appreciate that, but this one is a black work pattern I'm doing is pretty complicated, so it's not even like I can be like, here, put the stitch in here. It's like, well, I can't if I lose my place, I'm gonna be confused later, so hang on. And then by the time I get there, he's like, what? I'm over here. So, but thank you for bearing with me and for, you know, watching this video, in spite of the fact that it's been probably, I think, over a year now since I have made a Flosstube video. And we will hopefully do this again in a week or two. I'll do a finish parade next time. We'll get some, hopefully I'll have finished a couple more of the ornaments, not just the one I showed you, so I can show you all of those things. And yeah, I hope you have a fabulous day and you get lots of stitching in, and I hope that your fall is going fantastic. I really need Virginia weather to decide that it's actually going to be fall and then stay fall. Because here in Williamsburg, it got real nice and I got really comfy and was like, let's break out the pumpkins and the scarecrows and all the spooky things. And then the temperature went up to 90 this week. Disappointment. I am ready for spooky stuff and then Christmas stuff, and you know. Anyway, thank you very much. I will leave links to all the things down below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.